It's astounding. Time is fleeting. Madness.
The 1975 film, The Rocky Horror Picture Show, no doubt this is a cult classic, but I have some issues with it. I just find it to be a little odd. It's not for me personally, but I do like what they did with the characters, and of course other things that I really had enjoyed as well. For the record, this was a first time watch, and man, this is something to say the least, but at the same time, I don't consider this movie to be a dumpster fire either. So the story of this one is about a couple whose car breaks down in the rain near a castle. They go to look for help, but when they get to this castle, they meet a bunch of odd characters, with one of them being a mad scientist and alien transvestite named Dr. Frankenfurter, where he's going to show them his greatest creation. I went into this with zero expectations because over the years, I was always hesitant to check this out. And the reason being is because I heard a lot of people say it's weird. They say I might not like it, but I decided to give it a chance. Going into it, I only ever knew two things about this film. That it had jump-started Tim Curry's career, and it was a musical. Thing is though, I've never been a big fan of musicals, even for the good ones out there. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't think I'm ever going to go back and relook at this. And there's an audience for this out there. I mean, this has been out for 50 years. It's just for me personally, I just found this whole thing to be way too bizarre. I get that this movie's supposed to be weird and over the top, but honestly, I couldn't get that much into it. I had fun with the musical numbers though. Typically Time Loop, that's a classic. It's just some of these characters, yeah, they're out there. Tim Robbins, he did such a good job playing Dr. Frankenfurter. He is a alien transvestite. He creates a muscle man named Rocky Horror. But a large part of this story does feel aimless to me. It feels like it was just a bunch of randomness put together. And I guess that's what this film was supposed to be. But I kind of wanted something more out of the story, you know? Susan Sarandon and Barry Bostwick did such a good job playing Janet and Brad respectively. These characters, they are relatable, at least until they get to the castle where the madness does ensure. Other characters such as Riff Raff and Magenta, they do add something to the story, and that's props for people out there who do like this film. There's celebrations for this every year, there's conventions. Recently they had re-released this in theaters for its 50th anniversary. I did like the cinematography. I thought some of the dancing was nice. And I get that this is a classic, but honestly, I just couldn't get that much into the whole thing. At the end of the day, people out there, they're going to be split on this film. It's been out for 5 decades. And even many years from now, there will be other people still talking about this because it does have a certain charm, even though it's not for everybody. I'm giving this film a 6 out of 10. Yeah, the legacy of this speaks for itself. It has a huge cultural influence. And even though I didn't like it all that much, I still had somewhat of an entertaining time with it. Not only that, but I did laugh quite a few times, which I did appreciate because, sure, this is campy, but it's not to a point where I found it to be annoying. Still, even 5 decades later, people are still talking about this, and this is certainly a movie that has stood the test of time. It's just something that I couldn't get that engaged with, to be honest. And that's my review of The Rocky Horror Picture Show. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie. Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying, peace out.
It's so dreamy, oh fantasy free me, so you can't see me. No, not at all. In another dimension, with voyeuristic intention.